Yo, the reason you have vices, a vice, is because you have nothing to put your creative energy into. You have nothing to put your creative energy into. You have to do something with that pain. You have to do something with the pain, the trauma, the anxiety, the depression. Because when it lingers inside of you, you're going to find other places to put it into. You're going to look for worldly things. You're going to look for sex. You're going to look for drugs. You're going to consume and swipe content that doesn't do anything for your mind. And you're going to repeat that cycle, and you're going to keep going around the same mountain. So look at where you're at right now, right? Lost, stuck, depressed, broken, whatever it is, you need to find an outlet. And it should be a creative outlet. It should be something that you would enjoy learning about or doing for hours and hours and hours. And everybody has that. Everybody has that escape. And it's not an escape as in you're running away from your problems or you're delaying going through the process. Like, no, like this is, think about it as transmutation. You're taking one situation, in this case, a place you're in, and you're transmuting all those emotions and you're forcing a change. And out of those things, people find a lot of success. And success isn't measured by how big or how small it is, but it's like, you usually find success in the sense that it's like, yo, whenever I'm feeling a certain way, this is something I can fall back on and I can do. And it's so many different things. It's like music, drawing, photography, creating content, going to the gym, starting a martial art. So many different ways to express this creative energy that's inside of you. Just general energy, because it's like, right, you can't destroy it. It's either, it's here or it goes somewhere else. That's what energy is. You can't destroy energy. It gets taken and placed into other things, and it changes and it transforms and it transmutates and it does all these things. And man, if you just let that linger and you let all these negative thoughts consume you and you keep judging yourself by the bad, it just like snowballs into something so much worse. You're destroying yourself. You're destroying your potential. You're stagnating yourself. And it all comes back to you're just putting more vices on yourself. You're putting more chains and shackles on yourself. And we're creative beings. So like we were put on here to create and be fruitful. And that can be in so many ways. You have to find a way to give your life color. I know what it's like to see life through a lens that's black and gray. And some days, more often than not, it's going to seem like it's black and gray and that life has no color and you're kind of just numb. You're kind of just getting by. You're numb. You feel your emotions, but that's all it is. You're just feeling them. You're numb. I don't know how much deeper to explain that, because it's already pretty deep as it is. But you have to find a way to give your life color. You have to find a way to give meaning to things in your life, because you're made for more. You weren't made to be here, constantly sulking and to be in pain and to be in grief and to be bitter at the world. It's like, no, like that doesn't have to be your reality. Matter of fact, you can change. That's the greatest news, is that you can change. You can change your surroundings. You can change the people around you. You can change your situation. You can change the way you feel. You can change the things you do. Like, you can change. You don't have to stay the same. And take it from a person that's so stubborn. I'm so stubborn, man. I'll repeat the same cycle, and I'll go around the same mountain as many times until like a rock of wisdom hits me in the head, and it wakes me up, and I'm like, yo, oh snap, I could've, like, if I had been doing this, you know, if I had figured this out 2 months ago, 5 months ago, it would have saved me this many months. And I would have done X, Y, and Z, and I would have been here. Who knows? I could have been there, or I could have grown this, or I could have grown there. And it's like, but that's just like society today, man. We live like in such a bubble, and we live in like a bubble of our own. I don't know. You could say ego. Like, we have big egos, and we think we know everything. We don't. We don't know anything at all. And that's with the saying, what ignorance is bliss. It really is, because you really are blissful when you think you know everything. Like, you can't be bothered. You can't be bothered. You're so stubborn. You think you know everything, and you don't know nothing, man. You don't know nothing, and you don't realize you don't know nothing until life smacks you awake. And all of a sudden, you know, reality hits you, and you're like, yo, what the heck? That's crazy. That's crazy, man. I wish I would have known these things. I wish I would have knew that. I wish I would have done this. I wish I would have prepared. And sometimes life doesn't prepare you for that. The people around you don't prepare you for that. But it's all a part of the process. You have to smile and do the process. You have to enjoy the pain of the process. No pain, no gain. All these things. You have to enjoy it. You have to enjoy the suffering, because there's gonna be suffering. There's gonna be pain. What is it? A righteous man, or a man falls 6 times, a righteous man gets up 7. You have to be willing to get up. You have to be willing to look at yourself in the mirror, take the L, and then accept that it's not gonna be an L tomorrow, man. You can't stay in that mindset. Our mindsets are so toxic, bro. And wrapping it back, one of the best things you can do to remedy that, to give yourself wins, to give yourself small wins, is literally just to do something creative. I'm actually surprised at how many people don't do something creative, because or stick to something creative, because it's so fulfilling when you actually get something done. And it could be so small, or it could be such a big project. And it doesn't have to be something that causes burnout. You don't have to monetize it. You don't have to put it out there. But it's great if you do put it out there. Even if it's like one person that sees it, or nobody sees it, you know. But it should be things that build you up as a person, and it should be things that build you, that build character, and things that inspire others, that are in a situation or in the same place that you are, man. Like, find that inner artist. And not everybody's here to be an artist. Sometimes I think of myself as an artist. Sometimes I don't know what I'm doing half the time. But I love all that artistic stuff. I love photography. I love music. I like drawing and painting and doing all these things. I don't do them enough, but I do quite the contrary to this video. But I do focus on some things at a time. And for right now in particular, I'm just very much into like songwriting, and you know, just learning about, you know, content creation, and kind of just, this is like art to me. This is like a journal, like a video journal or diary or whatever. And it's like, hopefully one day people can find these videos and, you know, laugh or you know, learn something new, or, you know, just remember how dumb I look on camera and how much I stutter and mess up. And, you know, it's just to inspire, man, because I was in a place where I didn't know if I could put my face on camera and just talk for 10 minutes because I was insecure, and I was like, oh, it's never gonna work, and I'm not gonna get any views, and it doesn't matter, and and, you know, just every excuse under the sun. But you have to be willing to try. You have to be willing to get out of your own way, because nobody's gonna do it for you. There's gonna be people that the Lord puts in your way. He's gonna put them on your trail or in your path, and it's up to you to be responsive. It's up to you to be responsive, and you have to be the one to decide, am I gonna take charge, or am I gonna let life just kick me around? Am I gonna let these vices, these addictions, this depression, dictate the way that that my life moves, the direction that I move in? Or am I gonna, am I gonna let myself just sink and drown? Or are you gonna get yourself up, man? Are you gonna rise? That's what you should do. That's what I want to do, man. I fall down plenty of times, and I stumble and I mess up, and I'm not perfect. But just trying, man. Just trying to put the best effort that I can into whatever it is that I do, and I try to do it 100% every time that I can. I try to give it all that I can in everything I do. And these videos, I'm not gonna lie, these videos I'm kind of iffy about them. YouTube low key, I see like people can make it super easy, people can make it super difficult. Right now I'm just in a testing phase, so I'm trying to see what works out. But with that being said, don't be a slave to your vice, whatever your vice is, whatever your addiction is, whether it's weed or pornography or some other drug addiction, depression. All these things are chains and weights, and it's third dimensional emotions, and they weigh you down, and it makes you dense. It makes you dense, and being dense is being heavy, and I don't want you guys to be dense. So find an outlet, give yourself and give your life color, give it meaning, create to inspire, do something, man. Do something. That's what it is. So, anyways, be blessed.